Hi, it's Marilyn from Marilyn Dishes, and today I'm making a chocolate marble cake. It's baked in a Bundt pan, and it was a favorite cake of my kids when they lived at home. So it's made in the food processor, but if you don't have a food processor, you could use a mixer. It's a pretty simple cake, and we'll just get to it. I have oil, and I'll print the recipe all on my blog. And so we're gonna mix oil and some sugar. We're gonna mix that together with the eggs. I'm just gonna break them into this dish. So it's a very simple recipe. I'm using chocolate syrup. So just buy the Hershey's canned chocolate syrup is good. That's really the best one. So I'm just gonna put the eggs in. Then I'm going to mix this up. I'll add the vanilla, which I could have added before, but I'm gonna add the vanilla. Give it a good mix. I'm gonna make this cake a non-dairy cake. So the liquid I'm using is water. You could use milk if you want, or orange juice is also recommended. So now that the sugar, the eggs, the oil, and the vanilla are mixed, and it's quite light and fluffy, I'm going to pour the water through the feed tube, give it a good mix, and then I'll add the dry ingredients. Just mixed it through. Here's the flour, and the nice thing is you can just dump it right in there. And there is baking powder and salt. And I'm going to give this a quick on and off just to mix it. Here we go, scrape down the sides because a lot of the flour gets on the side. It's quite a loose batter. Give it another little quick mix. Now, here is where the marbling comes in. You take, you have to grease your Bundt pan. So I just used cooking spray, this Kirkland cooking spray, and sprayed it really well. So now you take about 3/4 of your cake batter into your pan. And for me, that's the trickiest part, making sure that I get the right amount. Well, that looks fine. So leave some batter in the food processor bowl. Now, we're gonna mix some chocolate syrup and some baking soda into this batter. I just have some chocolate, actually ice cream syrup. You can use Hershey's, it's really good. Just pour it in. I need a little spatula. It's such a quick and delicious cake. Bakes for about an hour. This food processor cookbook is like one of my favorite books. I think it might be out of print now. Okay, so I got all the chocolate syrup out. I'd like to lick that, but I'm not going to. I'll show you. Oh, it's so good. Just gonna give this bowl a scrape. And then, hope you can see this, the batter just gets put on top. And I kind of do it through the center of the existing batter in the pan so that there's white cake mix around the edges and the middle. And I probably have a little bit too much chocolate. But since we really like the chocolate part of this cake, it'll be fine. Okay, so that goes on top. That goes on top. Then it gets swirled through. I should have had a knife, but here it is. So you can see the two different colored batters, and just take a knife and kind of swirl it through. I'll show you. I just twist it like that. Can you see that? Sort of bring up the white batter, mix the chocolate in. so that you get a really nice swirl of the two batters. If I tip it over too much, I'm gonna lose that swirl. But here, that's good. And then it goes into the preheated oven and bakes for about an hour until a cake tester comes out dry. And I'll be back and I'll show you the cake when it's done. It's really, really an easy, quick, delicious cake. Here's the cake just out of the oven. I'm gonna let it sit in the pan to cool for about 10 or 15 minutes. Then I'll turn it out to cool onto a rack. Hi, here's the cake. It broke, so I didn't let it cool enough in the baking pan when I took it out of the oven. I was too eager. So you can see how it broke, but I just took the broken piece out of the cake pan, put it back on, kind of, you know, when it was warm. It's sort of stuck, and I'm gonna make a chocolate glaze to put over the top of the cake so it doesn't really look broken. I'm just gonna cut into the cake and put it on a plate so Murray can have a taste. And I'll show you how lovely this cake is. There it is. Okay, I found Murray. He's gonna taste the cake. I'm pretty sure he's going to like it. Is it good?
Mm-hmm. Very nice.